G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard. The observant amongst you might notice that there is no loom hanging up there. Can't avoid it anymore, it's time to do something about it. Okay, so we got the loom. I'm going to start stripping the bits off that I can, marking it with zip ties rather than bits of tape saying what's on there, because I'm going to try something either very clever or very stupid. And it's going to go in the washing machine in a pillowcase. Now, I know how daft this sounds, but it was one of the subscribers, so Badzz Bikes, Andrew Badder, said about a guy called David Wright who works on LCs, LC 250s or 350s, can't remember. And I flipped through some of his channel, and it's a small site, and I'll link it. Go and check it out. It's really, really good. But the results you get are amazing from it. So I'm going to give that a go and see what it looks like in the end. So let's get this stripped first as much as I can, and I will be getting rid of a lot of the old stuff and periodically zip tying it so it doesn't just turn into spaghetti junction. Right, and there we have spaghetti junction. Pretty convincingly, and I'll whip that one off as well. Anything that plugs into a relay or something like that is coming off. Everything else is off. Oh no, and that one as well. Yeah, so I've stripped the thoroughly cracked plastic off. I've plastic cuffed them together so it doesn't just explode. And then, as far as the ends are concerned, I've made up a little chart there. So that's dark green. Second one down, dark green 2. That was labelled as RL. Don't know what RL is. 1, 2, 3, dark green goes onto the black box, which is the little black box over here. It's the only thing that will plug in, but I'm just trying to be thorough. Right, let's get a pillowcase, get it in, and we'll do a before and after and see if it just melts it. And in a word, wow, that's so much better. It hasn't destroyed my washing machine. See, it's not perfect, it still needs going over, but that's pretty fucking good. Thanks, mate. And Badzz, nice one. Great suggestion, mate. Cool. Best get going. Right, and there we go, all freshly stripped and wrapped. Connectors are about as clean as I can really be bothered to get them. Taken off the fuse box complete, because I do have a replacement fuse system, but I've just kept them all in a lump so I know what's paired with what as much as anything else. A few bits I haven't done, so the extremities, so the cabling for the rear indicators and for the rear light, I've just left as is, because I don't know how long it needs to be at the moment, but there's some real weirdness going on. I've got something, there's 2 marks on that, which is the rear light cluster. I've got one, presumably earth, that loops all the way around and goes to one of the indicators, which is very strange, but I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash in more ways than one. Right, let's see if I can remember how to get this bad boy back on the bike. Okay, and we're back. So that's the loom loosely mounted. It's on and it's hooked on. I've chucked the tank back on just to keep things together more than anything else. Next job is probably the coils. I do have one cracked one, but I'm going to replace it with a head from that one, which is cunningly the same colour, if nothing else. So it's a loom on, a little bit of tidying up paint on the bits that I didn't think could be seen, but can. The clocks are looking pretty good. I'll drop in a video down the bottom of kind of a before shot. I'll put it down on the left hand side there. They weren't too bad, to be honest. They were just silver, and I didn't want to go for that necessary look, so I just gave them a clean up, gave them a bit of a sort out, a rub down primer, and then some black on there. So it's just, I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'm even going to keep them, frankly. But really I wanted the plugs so I can plug them back in. Ditto with the key set. So that's stripped it down, gave it a clean, a bit of nice shiny black, tough black, no, bit of shiny black with some lacquer over the top, just to bed it in a little bit more. And we're getting there. We are getting there slowly but surely. I have picked up a few things that I need to sort out on the way and a few other buys that I've got, but the one thing that I wanted to show you specifically, what did I want to show? That's it. I've ordered some pipes and they're here, and I've got one loosely on. It's going to look pretty cool, I think. They're pretty much straight throughs. They're going to be loud, if indeed this engine ever makes a noise again, but they're going to be good. They need a bit of adjusting because despite the fact the ad had them down to fit 37mm pipes, that's as tight as that clamp will fit, and that's with a couple of 3 inner layers on the inside as well. The clamp's just too large, so I've dug out some old ones. They've literally just come out of my rust remover. They'll be replaced for shiny new ones at some stage, and I'm looking at packing out the inside a little bit more if need be. Yeah, so all of that fitted around work. So looking forward to the rest of the weekend, because I'll probably put this out on Friday. What I'm looking to try and get done this weekend is get the coils cleaned off, if nothing else, re-terminated with that one spark boot, and back on. Sort out the wiring. It's going to be rough and ready to start with because I just want it wired together, but sort out the wiring hopefully this weekend as well. Get those clutch plates on and the clutch side complete, and maybe even chuck in some oil, see if it holds it stationary if nothing else. So yeah, we could be getting close to an attempt at a start-up this weekend. I like to think, but I don't know yet. Depends how many hitches that I hit on the way through. One hitch that I've found already is the centre stand, and the fact I can't do it now because it's sat on it. The centre stand comes up high, and it's going to snare that exhaust on that side, so I'm going to have to find a way of blocking that so it doesn't come all the way up and strike the bottom of the exhaust. I'll look back at some old videos as well and see whether it did previously. I've got one old pipe there just as straight, just as long, so if it didn't hit it before, it shouldn't now, but I haven't found the left one yet. Maybe that's got a big ass dent on the bottom. Let's see if I can reach it actually. It's stashed away in the deep recesses of my garage. Let me just change hands. No, there's no big ass dent in the side of it somewhere, so you know. Oh, there's clips on the bottom of that. I wonder if I can reuse them. So you know, we'll have to see how it works, but it's not too much of a drama one way or another. I may just have to tinker with that side stand, maybe weld a bolt on it so it doesn't come up quite so centre stand, sorry, so it doesn't come up quite so far. But again, not too much of a drama. But we're getting there, boys and girls. It's taking its time. Oh, it's bin night. Neighbours taking the bin out. Yeah, we're getting there, one way or another. So you know, it could even be bars back on, just so I've got ignition circuits and everything else. I'm going to have to dig out the book because I can't remember how it was all wired up, but I'm sure we'll work it out between us. It's looking pretty funky. That'll do us. Thanks for another one. Cheers, and I'll catch you later. Ta-da.